And I know you guys haven't seen my face in a while. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Ram Fam. My name is Sierra and today is Sunday. Why do I keep on saying March? Today is Sunday, August 26th. And we'll say hi, YZ. Hi. You're so cute. And I know you guys haven't seen my face in a while. My beautiful face. But I've just been enjoying family. You know, I told you guys that my family was coming for a week. My mom just left yesterday. This morning. My mom left this morning. And it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. And now I'm getting ready to go back to the States myself in a couple of days. So I have to pack. The commissary is closed on Monday, so I have to go to the commissary to get food because the flight that I'm on, they let you I'm doing a straight flight, so no connections. It's a 10-hour flight, so I have to mentally, what in the world, Noah? I have to mentally get my mind prepared for that with 2 kids. And I'm going to have Elijah in my lap. So, I don't know. Just pray for me, y'all. But I have to do that. I have to go to the commissary to get food because on the flight, they let you, if you have kids, they let you bring your own food and warm it up. And that's good. Elijah will eat anything, but Noah wouldn't. I have to get snacks. And my house is a complete mess. When I tell you I've been on the go since my family got here. Like, non-stop. Ghost. I said go, not ghost. Yeah, completely on the go. What? What? You did go. And I tried to do something different with Noah's hair, and it looks a hot mess. So I'm going to have to redo his hair, redo Elijah's hair because it's a hot mess too. But yeah, like I said, I've been on the go. My family got here. I had to go pick them up from Munich. Pick them up from Munich, drive back. Munich's like almost 2 hours. Shh, baby. Munich's almost like 2 hours away. So that's 4 hours. I had to wake up early, make sure. And then I got lost. Then, what do we do? I had to drive them around on post or whatever because they had to wait for their hotel room. They had to wait for their hotel room. Noah! They had to wait for their hotel room. They had to check in at 2. So then I brought them back to my house, then drove back. And it's not like, over here, it's not like one big post. It's split up. So I had to go from where I live to off post to another part of post to check them in, then come all the way back home. Shh. Noah, shh. Then come all the way back home just to go all the way back out to go get food. It like non-stop. And then the next day we went to Rome, and then the following day after that we went to Florence, and then we came back, and then my family missed their flight. So I drove to Munich again and back. And then they got on a bus. I didn't know that there was like buses to the airport here, like around here. It's not around here, but it's in Nuremberg. And it takes them straight there, literally straight to the airport. So that was good. But Nuremberg is like an hour away from here. So I had to drive to Nuremberg, then drive back. And then I went to Prague yesterday. No, I went to Prague 2 days ago, but it was at nighttime. And then Prague is 3 hours away, so I had to drive there. And then we spent the day at Prague, and that right there was just a mess in itself, like a mess. And then I had to drive back home. No, I drove to Graf to get gas. Then I drove all the way back home. We got here at like 11, and then I had to wake up at 4 to take my mom to the bus station in Nuremberg, which was an hour away, and then I had to come back. So your girl rarely got any sleep. And I'm exhausted. Now I have to pack. But yeah, you guys will see. I'm going to edit this video because it's been so long that I've posted. I'm going to edit this video, what I'm going to do today, because I feel like this will be easier for me to edit than all my other videos. Because when I was in Rome and Florence, my kids were acting so bad. I don't know if it, they were excited to see family, but I almost had a nervous breakdown in Rome because Noah was just being so much, and I'm not used to him being like that. Like, now that everybody's gone, even with my mom, he still acts crazy because she babies him and caters to him, and he knows he can get away with certain stuff. Now, like, everything's cool, and I'm going back in a couple of days, so y'all just need to pray for me because I was about to lose it. Like, I cried probably like 3 times on last Saturday. That's when we were in Rome. And that Sunday we were in Florence, he was a little bit better. But it was just, it was bad. And I have no idea how I'm going to, like, edit these videos because it was so much going on. I barely talked and I barely told you guys what we were doing. So it's just clips of us doing stuff. But I'll figure it out. You better stop hitting your brother. What is wrong with you? You don't hit him, YZ. You don't hit him, baby. My room's a mess. Don't look at it. I'm recording off my phone because I have no idea where my camera is. It's somewhere in the house, but yeah, I'm recording on my phone, so I have it at a certain angle so you guys can't see my room because it is freaking a mess. And Noah and Elijah's room is a mess. I'm going through all their clothes because I don't know how, but literally out of nowhere, Noah grew out of all his clothes. Like, I was packing for Prague, and usually he can wear 3T, and 4T is like way big, like way too big. And it's been super hot, so all he's been wearing is really basketball shorts and stuff like that. And I looked at his 3T pants, and I was like, put it down. What are you doing? Thank you. I was like, man, he can't wear that. So I just tried it on. I was like, maybe it just looks too small. And he could barely put them on. And I'm like, ugh. So now I have to gut out everything that's in his closet and Elijah's too, because he can't wear like 12 months anymore. So I literally have a pile of clothes. I just went through their dresser. I have to go through their, put it down. I have to go through their closet. Put it down too. You're not eating no candy. Put it down. I have a pile of clothes to just get rid of. There's like a place outside of my building where you can put clothes at and donate it to people. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I have to clean the house because Michael gets home before me. And I don't want him coming home to a crazy house. And then I have to clean out the car because, Noah, what the hell? Why? You let go. Don't look at my room. Go. You let go. You let go.
I thought you go.
No, you let go. No, you let go. You let go. Ow. I have to clean the car out because Michael he will flip his shit if he sees the car right now. So I just have a whole bunch of stuff going on in so little time. I think I'm just gonna do the inside right now, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do the inside, and then whatever I need to get from the commissary today, and then tomorrow I'll do the car. I'm mommy. Give me a kiss. I love you. Just gonna give you a backstory of yesterday. So we checked in to the hotel at Prague at like 11 o'clock at night because my mom's not used to how people drive over here. And on the Autobahn, the Autobahn, you can drive pretty much. There's like speed limits, but then in some parts there's no speed limit. I'm not saying that I like freaking drive hella fast, but it's either go with the flow of traffic or slow down and get hit by a car. So I usually go between 80 and 100. And it sounds like a lot. If you watch this in the States, it sounds like a lot, like I'm going really fast, but it doesn't feel that fast. Stop, Noah. It doesn't feel that fast. Because everybody's like, it's just flowing, And so she's like scared and she keeps on saying stuff. My mom, she's scared and she keeps on saying stuff. So I'm literally have to go where there's like one lanes where the cars, where you can go with the cars. And then there's the other lane where mainly trucks are at. So I literally had to go where all the trucks were. and then I would have to go around each truck, and I would have to like slow down. That's like the slow / the truck lane. And it took me forever to get to Prague because she literally kept on like saying, "You're going too fast," and blah, 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 blah. So I had to do that. So we didn't get to the hotel until like 11. And then we got lost because she didn't want to listen to me about the directions. My mom wanted to go and like sightsee or whatever. I kind of felt rushed, right? I forgot their stroller. So, and then from where we parked at, we had to walk from the hotel to the car. So my mom had her suitcase. I had my backpack. I used their backpack as like a diaper bag. So I had, and I joke, and Noah has asthma, so I don't go anywhere without his breathing machine. And I had so much stuff in the backpack. Then I had our lunchbox thing that my aunt brought for us. I was carrying Elijah. Noah was walking. So I didn't want to, like, she was just like, "Oh, come on, I want to do this, I want to do that." And my mind was already, like, I was already flustered because you can rent strollers in Prague. I was trying to find a stroller all that morning, but they wanted to charge you an arm and a freaking leg for just one day for 2 strollers. So I couldn't do that. Elijah, he looks skinny, but he is heavy. And so we finally get to the car. I unlock the door and I leave the door open because I put my lunchbox down and I put the keys in the front where the front seat is, and they're in the back seat. Put their book bags in the trunk. So when I closed the trunk, I was getting ready to go to the passenger side so I can buckle in Elijah, right? Not the front seat, but the back seat. And my mom was like, "I just told you that they locked the door." And she's all the way on the other side of the car, and I didn't hear anything that she said. So I'm like, usually I freak out. Like, anything that happens to them, like, my anxiety goes up. I panic. I freak out. So I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I can't freak out because we're in a different country. They locked the door. And no one usually knows how to open the door, right? So I'm like, okay, Sierra, calm down. And if I panicked, my mom would panic and she would make a scene. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how these people work. So I'm just like telling Noah to get into the front seat and open up the door. And he's pressing the button, but the button's not coming up or whatever. And I guess because the key was in the car, so I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm trying to tell him to open up the door from the handle. And he is having just like the time of his life in the car, and he knows I can't get to him. So he's like, with no lie, we literally spent about 20 minutes trying to like open up the door. And at that time, we didn't know that just because the key was in the car, they can't unlock it. Or like it wasn't like unlocking. I don't know why it wasn't. So we go, I'm trying to get them to unlock. There's this lady, I guess she like does the little tours or whatever, and she speaks English, and she was like just watching us. And then I don't know what happened. Like, I'm trying to get them to open up the door, and I literally turn around and there's like 10 police officers around me, and I'm like, oh my God, don't panic. And I'm calling Michael. Michael's not answering, but he's back in the States, and it's really, really early. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm trying to find something to like break through the window, but I can't. And the police officers, they were really, really nice, and they were like trying to get Noah and Elijah to like open up the door, and they wouldn't. So then they had to and then mind you, around this time when there was 10 police officers, there was a crowd on one side of the street, and they're literally recording the whole entire thing. And then they call the fire department. So the firefighters came out, and they're trying to unlatch my car. And then when they come, there's people surrounding the whole entire car. And I'm like, oh, Sierra, don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Everybody had their cameras out. Everybody was recording it. The fire department, I guess they had to take pictures of like a rescue like thing. So there's literally a person on top of the car taking pictures of the firefighters trying to like unlock the door because they didn't want to damage the window. So they get a hanger and they unlock it, right? It takes them a while because they were on the passenger side trying to do it, and I told them it would be easier to go on the driver's side. And Elijah, he knows I can't get to him, and you know how attached he is to me. So he's screaming his head, and mind you, Noah's going insane in the car, like flipping and having just the time of his life. And I guess him and Elijah got into it, and he hit Elijah, and they saw it. And I was like, and Elijah after that, he like freaked out, and he started crying and screaming. And once he starts, he doesn't stop. So I'm like, oh shit, this is just making it even worse. And I'm like, Sierra, stay calm, stay calm. And the more people I saw come up to the car and try to record me and everything like that. And about like 15 minutes, it felt like forever, but like 10, 15 minutes, I don't even think it was that long. But eventually they got the car door open without anything, without any scratches or anything like that. And I got my keys, and it was just crazy, like insane. And everybody's like clapping, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then Elijah, you know, he can get to me, so he got to me, and he's like, his nose is running because he's been crying. And I'm like, Jesus. And this guy is literally like recording me, hugging him. So if you see a viral video of a Suburban in Prague and with firefighters and police officers, it's me, because literally everybody was recording. Like, I even had people, I had to like, because my mom still, I wanted to leave after that. I was like, I cannot be here. But she's never been to Prague, so I had to like suck up whatever I was feeling and just let her go and explore and do what she wanted to do, right? So I was like, okay, we can go and we can explore, we can do whatever, as long as we get away from this general area. So I parked around the corner, and it was just like people still noticed the car and they wanted to take a picture with the car, and I'm like, oh my God. But I thank you, Prague police officers and firefighters. Thank you for not damaging my car and getting my kids out safely. I knew I could get them out if they would just listen, but they just weren't listening. And if I had a hanger, because they were like trying to do so many extra stuff, and I'm like, it literally doesn't take all of that. I was about to, like, I asked them, could I do it? Because they were taking too long and I was panicking. And they were like, no, we got it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Like, it felt like forever, but it really wasn't. And after that, I was like, I'm fucking over this day. Like, and then I had to drive home. Like, I was dog tired. And then when I dropped my mom off today, I was like, I'm just going to pull over in Nuremberg and go to sleep because I haven't slept. And at least they'll be in their car seats and I could sleep. But then I was like, there's barely nobody on the road. Let me just go home and hopefully they fall asleep. They fell asleep for like 2 hours. So at least I got that. And nap time is coming soon, so I'll have that. And I think I'll be okay. And then tomorrow I'll get to sleep in. I think I'll be okay because I feel better than I did this morning. But Lord Jesus, I've talked to you guys for a long time. Like, it's on 28 minutes right now. After nap time, that's when I'll get stuff cracking. So yeah, I will see you guys later.